Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. In the last video, we have completed first 6 example from question number 7. In the question number 7, we have to find out inverse of a matrix if it exists. Method is not given, but we know that we will have 3 methods to find out inverse of a matrix. One is adjoint method, one is row transformation, and one is what? Column transformation. If you'll observe the last video, total 6 examples are there. In every example, matrix is of order 2 by 2. 2 example we have solved applying adjoint, 2 example we have solved applying row transformation, and 2 example applying column transformation. So now remaining 4 example from this question contains a matrix of order 3 by 3. So here also we will use the same method. One example we will solve by adjoint method, second by row transformation, third by column transformation, and one example I will left as an practice for you. So let us try to solve this example. So if you are new on my channel, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification of newly uploaded videos. So well, see in the example number 7, whatever may be the matrix is given to us, we have denoted this matrix by capital A, and here we are trying to find out inverse of this matrix applying adjoint method. So already we have seen 5 steps are there to find out inverse of a matrix applying adjoint method. What is first step? To find out determinant of this matrix. Let us try to find out determinant of this matrix. So keep these 2 as it is. Now find out means delete this row and this column, find out determinant of these 4 elements. So this product is 4 minus minus means plus 6. 4 plus 6 will be equal to 10. So here if minus 3 is there, so then write down plus 3. Delete this column, find out determinant of these 4 elements. 4 minus 9 will be equals to minus 5. Lastly, plus 3, keep it as it is. Now delete this column and find out determinant of these 4 elements. This product is minus 4 minus 6. Minus 4 minus 6 will become what? Minus 10. So let us simplify it. So 2 into 10 will be 20. Minus 5 into 3 is minus 15, and 3 into minus 10 will be equals to minus 30. So which is equals to, here this addition is minus 45, minus 45 plus 20 is minus 25. In this way we have got the value of determinant, and the value of determinant is not equals to 0, and if the value of determinant is not equals to 0, we can say that A inverse exists. Once the value of determinant is known to us, then second step is to find out cofactor of all the elements. So let us try to find out cofactor of all the elements. So what is the formula to find out cofactor? Aij is equal to minus 1 raised to power I plus j into mij. Here I is also 1, j is also 1. So already this method we have applied in many examples. So all of you are very well known with this method. Here power of minus 1. First we are trying to find out value of first term. Here power of minus 1 is even number, so its value is plus 1. Odd number means minus 1, even number means plus 1. Continuing this way, minus 1 plus 1 minus 1, because in every case, if you will observe, in every example of order how much? 3 by 3. So first term will be plus 1, then minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. Continuing this way, here we have got minus 1 means definitely here we will get plus 1. Why plus 1? Because power of minus 1 is even number. So here odd number means minus 1. So here even number means plus 1. So not necessary to perform the same calculation always. Just simply remember that the value of first term in case of A11 it's plus 1, then minus 1 plus 1 minus 1, continuing this way. Now remaining part is to find out value of second term means minor. We know that minor is nothing but determinant, and to obtain the element of this determinant, delete first row and first column. If we are deleting first row and first column, which are the remaining 4 element? 2, 3, minus 2, 2. Now delete the element of first row and second column. 2, 3, 3, 2. 2, 3, 3, 2. Delete the element of first row and third column. So 2, 2, 3, minus 2. Now delete the element of second row, first column. Minus 3, 3, minus 2, 2. Minus 3, 3, minus 2, 2. Now delete the element of second row and second column. 2, 3, 3, 2. 2, 3, 3, 2. Lastly, delete the element of second row and third column. 2 minus 3, 3 minus 2. 2 minus 3, 3 minus 2. later on delete the element of third row and first column. Third row, first column, -3, 3, 2, 3. Now delete the element of third row and second column, 2, 2, 3, 3. 2, 2, 3, 3. Delete the element of third row and third column. Remaining elements are 2, -3, 2, 2. Now only the part is to simplify this determinant and find the value of cofactor. Here 4 minus minus means plus 6. 4 minus minus, this product is minus 6. So 4 minus minus means plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 into 1 will be equal to 10. So here 4 minus 9 will be equal to minus 5. Minus 5 into minus 1 is plus 5. Here minus 4 minus 6 is minus 10. Minus 10 into 1 will be equal to minus 10. Here minus 6 and minus minus plus 6 will be equal to 0, and 0 into any number is 0. So 2 2s are 4, 4 minus 9 is 5, 5 into 1 will be equals to 5. So 4 minus 9 is minus 5, minus 5 into 1 is minus 5. So here minus 4, this product is minus 4, minus minus means plus 9. 4 plus 9, minus 4 plus 9 will be 5, 5 into minus 1 will be minus 5. On this side, see here minus 9 minus 6 is minus 15. Minus 15 into 1 will be equal to minus 15. So which is equal to, here what we will get, 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 into any number is 0. So here 4 minus minus means plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 into 1 will be equals to 10. In this way we have got cofactor of all the elements. Once the cofactor of all the elements are known to us, then next step, means third step, is to write down the matrix of cofactor. So we can say that therefore matrix of cofactor is, matrix of cofactor means what? Collect all the cofactor in one matrices. So observe the cofactor 10, then 5, then minus 10, 0, minus 5, minus 5, then minus 15, 0 and 10. We have collected all the cofactor in one matrix. Now if we are taking transpose of this matrix, we will get what? Adjoint, which is nothing but our fourth step. So adjoint of matrix A will be equals to, just simply we are taking transpose of this matrix. Finding transpose means converting row into what? Column, or converting column into what? Row. So 10 5 minus 10 are the element of first row, it will become element of first column. Convert second row into second column, 0 minus 5 minus 5, and element of third row into third column. In this way we have got transpose of this matrix of cofactor, which is nothing but adjoint of the matrix, and this is our fourth step. And last step is to find out inverse of a matrix. So A inverse is equal to, what is the formula? 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. So which is equals to 1 upon determinant of A. What is the value of determinant? Minus 25. And adjoint, just now we have got the value of adjoint. So what are the element? 10, 0, minus 15, then 5, minus 5, 0, minus 10, minus 5, 10. In this way we have got inverse of a matrix. Just try to convert it into simplest form. So this implies that A inverse is equals to, now if you observe, all the element of this matrices are divisible by what? 5. Means we are able to take 5 common from all the element. If we are taking 5 common, so here 5 upon 25 will become what? 1 upon 5. So 1 upon 5, and again means 1 upon minus 5, because minus is also there. But if you want to eliminate this minus, then we are multiplying by this minus to all the element in this matrices. Again observe, first we have taken 5 common. If we are taking 5 common, here we will get 5, and 5 ones are and 5 5s are. That's why here we have got 5. Now I am multiplying by minus to all the element, and remember that already we have taken 5 common. If we are taking 5 common, so here we will get 2, and if we are multiplying by minus, so it will become minus 2. Here we will get 0. This negative term will become what? Positive. Getting it? Because we are multiplying by minus, and even we have taken 5 common, so here we will get plus 3. Sign we are changing, so here if we are taking 5 common, 1, and if we are multiplying by minus, minus 1, so here we will get plus 1, 0, here we will get plus 2, here we will get +1, and here we will get -2. In this way, we have got the inverse of a matrix applying adjoint method. Now see the example number 8. This example we are solving applying adjoint method. So first we have to check whether inverse exists or not. And for that purpose, we have to find out value of what? Determinant. So let us try to find out determinant of this matrix. The given matrix we have denoted by what? A. So simplify this determinant. Keep this 1 as it is. 1 into 0 minus minus means plus 25. So here we will get 0 plus 25 will be equal to 25. If plus 3 is there, then we are taking minus 3, delete this column. So 0 minus minus means plus 10. 0 plus 10 will be equal to 10. Here minus 2, keep it as it is, delete this column. Find out determinant of these 4 elements. Minus 15 minus 0 is minus 15. So which is equal to, remaining part is calculation part, 25 minus 30 plus 15. So plus 30, 2 into minus will become plus, and 2 into 15 will become 30. So plus 30 minus 30 will get cancelled. So we are getting 25, which is not equals to 0. Since the value of determinant is not equals to 0, so we can say that its inverse exists. Therefore A inverse exists. As it stands, we are finding inverse of this matrix applying row transformation. So we have one condition, so we are applying that condition. Which condition we are applying? If we have to find out inverse of a matrix applying row transformation, A into A inverse is equals to what? Identity matrix. Means in case of row transformation, this post factor remains what? Constant, and we have to find out value of A inverse. That's why A inverse should be our post factor. Now replace A by matrix A, given matrix A, where element of this matrix are 1, 3, minus 2, minus 3, 0, minus 5, 2, 5, 0. Into A inverse, keep it as it is. On this side, replace I by identity matrix 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 are the element of this identity matrix. Now, whenever we are finding inverse of a matrix applying row transformation, our aim is to convert this given matrix into what? Identity matrix. Identity matrix means its elements are what? 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. And what is our first step? First step is to convert the element of first column in 1, 0, 0 in case of row transformation. First, let us try to complete this first step. Means element of first column should be 1, 0, 0. So already 1 is given to us. So here we will require 0. So our operation should be on the second row, because this is the element of second row. Which is the element of second row? Minus 3. So in minus 3, if we are adding 3, so what we will get? 0. And whenever we are taking addition or subtraction, we have to use corresponding element of any other row. So better way here, use the corresponding element of R1. To get plus 3, I am multiplying here by plus 3. So that minus 3 plus 3 will become 0. Now here also we will require 0 according to our first step. So our operation should be on R3. What is the element of R3 here? Plus 2, and to convert it into 0, we have to subtract 2. And whenever we have to take subtraction, we have to use corresponding element of other row. So let us make the use of corresponding element of R1, because easily we are able to get 2 here just simply by multiplying by 2. And we have to take subtraction, so that 2 minus 2 will become what? 0. Let us perform these two operations on the element of R2 and element of R3. So whatever may be the operation we are performing on left hand side, same operation we have to perform on right hand side. So as it stands, there is no operation on R1, so keep element of R1 as it is. On this side also keep the element of R1 as it is. Perform this operation very carefully on R2. When our operation is on R2, we are using corresponding element of R1 and we are multiplying to R1 by 3. So multiply by 3, plus 3 minus 3 will become 0. Multiply by 3, 9. 9 plus 0 is 9. Multiply by 3, what will get? Minus 6. Minus 6 minus 5 will be equal to minus 11. On this side also multiply by 3, we will get 3. 3 plus 0 is 3. Here zeros are there, so this element does not changes. Now perform this operation on element of R3. So these are the element of R3. We are using corresponding element of R1 and we are multiplying to R1 by minus 2. Multiply by minus 2. 1 into minus 2 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 will become 0. Multiply by minus 2. Here we will get minus 6. Minus 6 plus 5 will be minus 1. Multiply by minus 2. Here we will get 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. Multiply by minus 2. Here we will get minus 2. Minus 2 plus 0 is minus 2. And here this element does not changes because element of R1 are what? 0. If we are multiplying to R1 by minus 2, means 0 into minus 2 will become 0. Means, and 0 plus any number will remain what? Same number. Means whenever we are using corresponding element of any row and if 0 appears in it, at that time there is no change in the element of a row on which we are performing our operation. Well, in this way we have completed our first step. Now second step is to get these 4 element. जब हमें ये 4 एलिमेंट चाहिए तो हमारे जो भी ऑपरेशन है वो R2 और R3 के बीच में होने चाहिए. Don't use the corresponding element of R1 because this one will disturb these element, can disturb to this element. So don't make the use of what? R1, corresponding element of R1 to get these element. आपके जो भी ऑपरेशन है R2 पे है तो corresponding element R3 का यूटिलाइज कीजिए, R3 पे है तो corresponding element R2 का यूज कीजिए. Don't use the corresponding element of what? R1. So well, now here we will require what? 1. To get 1 here we have to subtract 8 from it, and to get 8 here we have to multiply here by what? 8. And later on if you are taking addition, 9 minus 8 will become what? 1. So let us perform this operation on the element of what? R3. So our operation is on the element of not R3, R2. This is the element of R2. और यहाँ पे हमें 1 चाहिए, यानी 9 में से 8 सब्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा. तो यहाँ पे 8 लाने के लिए हमें 8 से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं हम. सो वी आर मल्टीप्लाइंग टू R3 by 8 and we have to take the addition because already this element is negative. If we are multiplying 8, here we will get minus 8 and 9 minus 8 will become what? 1. So let us perform this operation on the element of R2. So here A inverse, keep it as it is. On this side we have to keep the element of R1 and R3 as it is because our operation is on what? R2. So first keep the element of R1 as it is, 1 3 minus 2, and on this side 1 0 0. Now perform this operation on the element of R2 and use the corresponding element of what? R3, multiply to R3 by 8. So multiply by 8, what will get here? Minus 8. Minus 8 plus 9 will be equal to 1. So here we will get 0 1. Multiply here by 8. 8 into 4 will be 32. So 8 4s are 32. 32 minus 11. 32 minus 11 will be equal to 21. So keep the element of R3 as it is, 0 minus 1 4. On this side also perform the same operation on the element of R2. We are using corresponding element of R3 and multiply to R3 by 8. So multiply by 8 we will get minus 16. Minus 16 plus 3 will be equal to minus 13. Then multiply by 8, 0 0 plus 1 will be equal to 1. Multiply by 8, so 8 plus 0 will be equal to 8. Keep element of R3 because as it stands there is no operation on R3. Now see, here we have got 1 we have got here. Now let us try to get 0 here. To get 0 here we are taking addition of R3 and R2. Minus 1 plus 1 will become what? 0. So simply take the addition of R3 and R2. Let us see what we will get here. Keep element of R1 as it is, and on this side also keep the element of R1 as it is, 1 0 0. Perform this operation on R3. So there is no operation on R2, so keep the element of R2 also as it is. Okay, so R3 plus R2, 0 plus 0 is 0, minus 1 plus 1 is 0, 4 plus 21 is 25, minus 2 minus 13 is minus 15, 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 8 will be equal to 9. In this way we have got 0 here. Now we will require 1 here, and to get 1 here we have to divide to the element of R3 by what? 25. So that 25 upon 25 will become what? 1. So let us perform this operation on the element of what? R3. So keep element of R1 and R2 as it is. So 21, and here if I am dividing by 25 we will get 0, 0, 1. On this side perform the same operation. Since our operation is on element of R3, keep element of R1 as it is and element of R2 also as it is. Now we are dividing to the element of R3 by 25. So divide by 25, what will get here? Minus 15 upon 25, here 1 upon 25, and here 9 upon 25. Okay, so now using this one we are able to convert this element also into 0 and this element also into 0, and here this element does not changes because if we are using corresponding element of R3, so these two elements are 0. ये 0 है तो इसकी वजह से ये element बिल्कुल भी change नहीं होंगे. So using this one let us try to convert these two element into 0. So to convert this element into 0 our operation should be on R1. What is the element of R1? Minus 2. Minus 2 में 2 ऐड करना पड़ेगा, इसलिए हम R3 को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं और हम एडिशन लेंगे बिकॉज माइनस 2 प्लस 2 विल बिकम व्हाट? 0. नाउ टू कन्वर्ट दिस एलिमेंट इनटू 0 और ऑपरेशन शुड बी ऑन R2. व्हाट इज द एलिमेंट ऑफ R2? 21. So from 21 we have to subtract 21. So we are multiplying to R3 by 21 and we have to take the subtraction because 21 minus 21 will become 0. Let us perform this operation very carefully on both the sides. So on this side we will get 1 3. 1 3 will not disturb because these two elements are what? 0. So this operation specially we have performed to convert this element into 0 and this operation specially we have performed to convert this element into 0. तो ये साइड में ज़्यादा सोचने की ज़रूरत नहीं रहती क्योंकि ये ऑपरेशन स्पेशली ये एलिमेंट 0 करने के लिए किए हैं. So directly we are able to write 0 here, but perform this operation very very carefully on this side because as it stand we are using corresponding element of R3, and if you observe the element of R3 fractions are there, and when our fraction is there calculation part we have to perform carefully because lot of chances are there of mistakes. So let us perform first operation on R1. Now what is our operation on R1? R1 plus 2 R3 means we have to multiply here by 2. So what is the element of R1? 1, and if I am multiplying by 2, so here we will get minus 30 upon 25, minus 30 upon 25. 25 ones are 25, 25 minus 30 is minus 5, minus 5 upon 25. Now multiply here by 2, so 2 by 25 plus 0 will be equal to 2 by 25. Then multiply here by 2, 18 upon 25 plus 0 is 18 up. Now perform this operation on this side on R2. So we are using corresponding element of R3. What is the element of R2 here? Minus 13. Minus 13, and we are multiplying to R3 by what? Minus 21. Minus into minus will become plus, and 15 into 1 will be 15. So 5 carry 1 and 15 2s are 30. 30 plus 1 is 31 divided by 25. Keep it as it is. 25 into minus 13 will be equals to minus 225 minus 325 minus 325 plus 315 will be equal to minus 10. So here we are getting minus 10 upon 25. So here next element is 1 and we are multiplying to R3 by minus 21. So here minus 21 upon 25, minus 21 upon 25. So 25 minus 21 will be equal to 4 upon 25. Now let us perform the next operation on R2, which is the element of R2, 8, and we are using corresponding element of R3. We are multiplying to R3 by minus 21. So minus into plus will become minus, and 9 ones are 9 and 9 twos are 18 upon 25. Keep it as it is. 25 8s are 200, 200 minus 189 will be 11. So here we'll get 11 upon 25. So keep element of R3 as it is because there is no operation on R3. 15 upon 25, 1 upon 25 and 9 upon 25. Now lastly, try to convert this element into 0 so that this matrix will become identity matrix. To convert this element into 0, our operation should be on R1. So let us perform the next operation on what? R1. So operation is on R1 and we have to subtract 3 here. So that's why I'm multiplying to R2 by 3 so that here we'll get 3 and we have to take what? Subtraction. So let us perform this operation on the element of R1. So especially this operation we have performed to convert this matrix into identity. So here directly we can conclude that after converting this element into 0, so matrix on the left hand side will become identity. Perform this operation very carefully on the right hand side. So our operation is on R1. We are multiplying to R2 by minus 3. Multiply by minus 3, what we'll get here? 30. 30 upon 25. So denominators are same. So take the addition of numerator. 30 minus 5 will be equals to 25. So 25 upon 25. Multiply here by what? Minus 3. What will get? Minus 12. Minus 12 plus 2 will be equals to minus 10. Minus 10 upon 25. Isn't it? Lastly, multiply here by what? Minus 3. So we will get minus 33. Minus 33 plus 18. Plus 18 will become minus 15 upon 25. Keep the element of R2 as it is, minus 10 upon 25. Then what? 4 upon 25. And lastly what? 11 upon 25. Keep the element of R3 as it is, minus 15 upon 25. Then 1 upon 25. And here 9 upon 25. Okay. So now identity into A inverse will be equal to A inverse. So write down this matrix in the simplest form. If you observe, denominator of every term is what? 25. So if we are taking 1 by 25 common from all the element, let us see what we will get. If we are taking 1 by 25 common, so here remaining term is 25 minus 10 minus 15. So minus 10, 4, 11 minus 15, 1, 9. Just simply we have taken 1 by 25 common from all the terms. So in this way we have got inverse of a matrix applying row transformation method. Now see the example number 9th. In this case, we are finding inverse of this matrix applying column transformation. But before that, we have to check whether inverse exists or not. And to check whether inverse exists or not, let us try to find out determinant of this matrix. So here 2 keep it as it is. So find out determinant of these 4 elements. 3 minus 0 will be equals to 3. So here 0 is there and 0 into any number will be equal to 0. Then consider minus 1 into delete this column. 5 minus 0 will be equals to 5. Let us see what we are getting here. 6 minus 5 will be equal to 1 and 1 is not equal to 0. Since the value of determinant is not equals to 0, that's why we can say that therefore A inverse exists. And as it stands, we are finding inverse of the matrix using column transformation. At that time we are using which condition? A inverse into A is equals to I. Means in case of column transformation, prefactor remains constant. That's why A inverse should be a prefactor. So now substitute the value A inverse, keep it as it is. So we are substituting the value of matrix A. So where its elements are 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, 3. And on this side, write down the element of identity matrix where element of identity are 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1. Now our aim is to convert this matrix into identity and element of identity are 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. In case of column transformation, this is our first step, means element of first row should be 1 0 0. So let us try to get element of let us try to convert element of first row into 1 0 0. So here we will require 1. If we are taking addition of this element with what? Minus 1 means C1 plus C3. So 2 minus 1 will be equal to what? 1. So we are performing this operation that C1 plus C3. Let us see what we'll get here if we are performing this operation on the element of first column. So here A inverse, keep it as it is, A inverse as it is. We are taking addition of C1 and C3. So 2 minus 1 will be equal to 1, and then 5 plus 0 will be equals to 5, and lastly 0 plus 3 will be equals to 3. So keep element of C2 and C3 as it is, means 0, 1, 1 and minus 1, 0, 3. And on this side also perform the same operation on what? C1. So our operation is on C1. We are taking addition of C1 and C3. 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, and 0 plus 1 will be equal to 1. Means 1, 0, 1. Keep remaining element as it is, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So in this way we have performed this operation on the element of column first. Now to complete our first step, means to get 1, 0, 0, here we will require 0, means our operation should be on C3. So what is the element of C3? Minus 1. We have to add plus 1 into it. Means that's why we are taking C3 plus C1. C3 plus C1 means operation is on 3, 1, and minus 1 plus 1 will become 0. So A inverse, keep it as it is. Let us perform this operation on C3. So keep element of C1 and C2 as it is, 0, 1, 1. Now C3 plus C1, minus 1 plus 1 will become 0, 0 plus 5 will become 5, and 3 plus 3 will become what? 6. On this side also perform the same operation on C3. So keep element of C1 and C2 as it is. Now we are taking addition of C3 and C1. So 0 plus 1 will be 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, and 1 plus 1 will be equals to 2. So in this way we have completed our first step. First step is what? Element of first row should be 1, 0, 0. Now this is our second step. Second step is to get what? 1, 0, 0, 1. So now observe here, already we have got 1 here. So now we are with this one, we are trying to this element, we are trying to convert this element into 0. So our operation should be on C3. So here 5 is there. From 5 we have to subtract 5. So we are multiplying to C2 by 5, because C2 is what? 1. 1 into 5 is 5. And we have to take the subtraction, so that 5 minus 5 will become what? 0. So let us try to perform this operation on the element of C3. So keep element of C1 as it is and C2 also as it is. Now we are performing operation on C3. On this side also keep the element of C1 and C2 as it is. So our operation is on C3. These are the element of C3, and we are using corresponding element of C2, and we are multiplying to C2 by minus 5. So multiply by minus 5, here we will get 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. Multiply by minus 5, we will get 1 into minus 5 is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 5 is 0. Multiply by minus 5 plus 6 will be equal to 1. Now on this side also perform the same operation, multiply to C2 by minus 5. 0 है तो यहाँ पे कुछ भी चेंज नहीं होगा. यहाँ पे अगर हमने minus 5 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, so 1 into minus 5 is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 0 is minus 5. Multiply here by minus 5. 0, 0 plus 2 is what? 2. In this way, here we have got 0, 0, 1. So with this 1, we are able to convert this element also into 0 and this element also into 0. So to convert this element into 0, so our operation is on second column. So C2 minus C3. C2 minus C3. So 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0. And here to convert this element, means element of C1 is what? 3. To convert it into 0, so our operation should be on C1, and we are able to use corresponding element of C2 or C3. Give the priority to C3 because 1 is there. With the help of this one, we are able to convert this element into 0, and these two element does not changes because remaining element of C3 are 0. So we are multiplying here by 3. 3 into C3 means 3 into 3. 3 into 1 will be 3, and 3 minus 3 means we have to take the subtraction to convert it into 0. So let us perform these two operations. First operation is on what? C1. So on C1, and we are using corresponding element of what? C3, and we are multiplying to C3 by minus 3. Multiply by minus 3, what will get? 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Multiply by minus 3, 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. Multiply by minus 3, 1 into minus 3 is minus 3. Minus 3 plus 3 is 0. So on this side also perform the
the same operation on C1. So these are the element of C1 and we are multiplying to C3 by minus 3. Multiply by minus 3, we will get minus 3. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Multiply by minus 3, here we will get 15. 15 plus 0 is 15. Multiply by minus 3, here we will get minus 6. Minus 6 plus 1 will be equal to minus 5. Now next operation is on C2. C2 minus 3, 0 minus 0 is 0, 1 minus 0 is 1 and 1 minus 1 is 0. Keep element of C3 as it is. Perform the same operation on C2 on this side also. So what is our operation? C2 minus C3. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. 1 minus minus means plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6 and 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Keep element of C3 as it is. Lastly, only the remaining part is to convert this element into 0. So this is the element of what? C1. And what is the element of C1 here? 5. To convert 5 into 0, we have to subtract 5 from it. So our operation is on C1, means we are able to use corresponding element of C2 and C3. So using this one, we are able to convert it into 0. So we are multiplying to this C2 by 5. So that 5 into 1 will become what? 5. And 5 minus 5 means we have to take the subtraction to convert it into 0. Let us perform this operation on C1. So here A inverse, keep it as it is. So our operation is on C1 and easily we can observe that after this operation this element will become 0, and means this matrix will become identity 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Perform the same operation on the right hand side very carefully. Operation is on C1. We are using corresponding element of C2 and we are multiplying to C2 by what? Minus 5. So multiply by minus 5, here we will get plus 5. 5 minus 2 will be equals to 3. Again here multiply by minus 5, we will get minus 30. Minus 30 plus 15 will be equals to minus 15. Later on multiply here by minus 5, we will get minus 5 into minus 2 will be plus 10 and 10 minus 5 will be equal to 5. So in this way we have performed this operation on C1. Keep element of C2, that is minus 1 6. Minus 2 as it is. Keep element of third column also as it is, 1 minus 5 2. So on this side identity into A inverse, identity into A inverse will be equal to A inverse, and the matrix on this side will be nothing but our required value, means inverse of the matrix. In this way we have got inverse of the matrix applying what? Column transformation. So we have solved one example by row transformation, one by column and one by adjoint. So again one example is there, example number 10th. So hope you will complete that example yourself, because I have introduced you all the methods, isn't it? So if you think that these videos are helpful to you, so please like the video and share these videos with your friends also.